Match 5 of Cermia's Private Life is here. This one's a fun one. For match 4, we got everything correct. It was just go straight down the right-hand side. You got everything right. All 7,000 currency acquired. I want to mention that if there's a final register prediction button here, please click on this. You have to click on this to get your coins. I've seen some people does not get their coins because they did not click on this. And of course, you should probably double check what your predictions were and make sure you didn't submit the wrong thing. If you're really worried, you can take a little screenshot of your predictions after you've locked them in. We have a cleave on the bottom. There's a little bit of RNG factors here that we'll talk about later. And on top, we've got something really interesting going on. So we have Maria, Perfumer, Zio, Nodos, and then Witch, Hakati, Bystander, and Teo. This one's pretty interesting. Zio's going to S3. He's going to hit Witch the Mirror Tenebria because she's the highest CR. And he's going to probably push and silence her, or push back and silence her. We're going to say probably because, of course, it's RNG that he lands both of his debuffs, but Smallgate has largely avoided massive sources of RNG so far in these matches. Like, RNL didn't get her thing resisted. There's probably some examples more that I can't think of. Some random stuff here and there has happened. Like, I think Muna missed her seal on Yoha during the first fight, but that didn't really matter at all. But in general, she's likely to hit his debuffs. I'd expect like Blade Bros probably doesn't proc or he gets resisted or something. But that's going to, more importantly, the damage is going to drop her below or 60% of her HP, because that's going to proc Bystander Hua Young's S2. She's going to use her S3 against a random ally. She can hit 4 different people. If she hits Nodos, he's dead. He's light element. This is a full damage Hua Young, not very well geared, but full damage. Base speed Hua Young with pen set. It's going to one-shot him. Zio will also get one shot. He has DFI, but he's still really, really squishy. He's dead. Perfumer and Maria will both survive, but they'll at least be dropped below half HP, which is going to proc her S2. It's going to heal everybody and also give a barrier. More importantly, that is a non-attack skill, so Teo is going to get Rage, and also CR Push from Spear of Purification. That Rage means that his S3 ignores F-Res now, so everybody here will get stripped. Also, their skill cooldowns will get increased by 1 turn, plus the highest attack will get increased by an additional turn, which is, that's just Zio. And maybe sometimes Maria, if Zio was the one who got kicked. With everybody reset, when Perfumer takes her turn, she's going to S1 and Death Break Hakati. That's it. Next up is going to be Hakati. There's speed RNG between Nodos and Hakati, of course, even if Nodos goes first. He's reset, so he's going to S1 Hua Young and not do anything. Let's just say Hakati goes. Her S3 target depends on who Hua Young kicked. If Hua Young kicked Nodos, then Teo S3, which doesn't do a ton of damage, but it does a decent bit, is going to leave Zio at the lowest HP, because he is the squishiest person here, even with DFI. So her S3 is going to go into Zio and one-shot him. If, I have to think about this for a second, if Bystander kicks Maria, that's going to do a ton of damage to her. Perfumer S2 doesn't heal that much, so she's still going to be pretty low HP. Even after the Teo S3 comes in, she's still going to be the lowest HP, and Hakati S3 will go into her. If Bystander S2 kills, or doesn't kill, drops Perfumer below a good chunk of her HP, Teo S3 is going to come in, and Hakati S3 is going to go into Zio, because this is a fire unit. Hakati isn't going to target her. Zio is going to die in that instance. And then lastly, if Bystander kicks Zio, then I think I damage calc this. Yeah. No, units check. Notice his higher defense, higher HP. So Teo's going to leave Maria at a lower HP. This, again, Perfumer is red, so Hakati S3 is going to go into Maria and kill her. Those are the 4 different outcomes. We're going to mock all 4 of them. It's too complicated to think about all of the routes. Witch is going to take her turn eventually, so then S1 doesn't do anything. And then you're going to have Teo. Teo S1 does a lot of damage. It's more damage than I thought it did, by the way. It S1s into the title Crash Boom Boom. They're going to clean up. It's going to kill everything. The only things that are in question is it going to be perfect? Because she might die. And is it going to be fast or slow? Because depending on who Hua Young kicks, it can be either one. Let's go ahead and take a look at the mocks. We're going to play these mocks at 2x speed just for the sake of time. Zio is going to S3 into Witch the Tenebria here, which is going to proc Bystander Hua Young. In this one, she kicks Nodos. Nodos gets one shot, Perfumer goes off, then Teo's gonna S3. I did also damage calc this, just to be sure. Assuming I did it correct, Zio should always be lowest HP in this instance. It looks pretty close here, just because of slight stat differences, but Witch the Tenebria is gonna hit him, and then Katie is going to blow him up. And then from here, Teo's gonna S1, boom boom, almost killed Perfumer. Whether or not he actually kills her doesn't matter. And then here, Maria is going to S1 into the Witch, and this also might be stat differences. This Maria is slightly higher damage. I damage felt that she should live, but you know. Perfumer dies to the Katie S1, and then Maria goes here. We just barely made it into Frenzy, so it's 9 turns. This one, Zio is going to S3. This one, we kick into Maria, and you can see Maria's missing a lot of HP even after that heal. So we know that Katie S3 is going to go into her, and this means that Maria's not going to get a chance to actually S1. But on the other hand, Zio will get to survive. And this one, the speed RNG, Notice went first, but it doesn't matter, he's just going to S1. Goodbye, Maria. We're going to S1 here. Let's get hit Perfumer, because Elemental advantage, right? So Zio gets this turn. Boom, boom. Kills off Witch. S1 here. Kills Perfumer. This one there targeted Zio, and I guess the extra attack went into him. That's kind of funny. But then Bystander Hua Young kills him anyways. This one, we kill the Zio directly, you know, just kick him, instantly dies. The Maria one was 11 turns, by the way, I forgot to mention, so that one was slow, because you can check it basically on the Frenzy timer. And here, this one, Maria's going to be lower HP, can't target Perfumer anyways. You kill off the Maria, S1 into the Piblis. You're going to kill her via the Hikari S1. And then here, Witch gets her turn, but it doesn't matter because Teo's going to go here. Boom boom, he's going to kill the Nodos. And that is exactly 10 turns. And this last final one gets a little bit weird, because in this one she resists the pushback, which there's a chance it's going to happen, we're just going to roll with it. Funnily enough, this took exactly 4 blocks. Bystander hit a different unit every single time she S2'd, which is very nice. So that Witch S1 is a little bit early, it would be a little bit later in actual fight, assuming she gets pushed back. Notice can't do anything here, we're going to S3. And Perfumer can't get targeted, right, so it's going to kill the Zio. There she didn't die, because I'm not on Spear Purification, you might have noticed I'm on Sacred Sight. Perfumer dies there. Because he didn't get the CR push, he's going to... He didn't get to cut the Aria, so she lost 1 stack, and also just because of, like, different damage values. But also, Witch took an extra turn there, she didn't get pushed back. That did kind of potentially change who get targeted between the Nodos and the Maria. I don't really know who would have gotten targeted there, but either way, like, from this point, it's a free win for the Hikari Bystander Hua Young team, because Bystander Hua Young is going to one-shot the Nodos. The only question is just... Well, there's not really much of a question. It's just, it's going to be a slow match in this instance. Okay, mock's over. There were some, like, these builds aren't going to be perfect, so let's damage calc a couple of things, too. But again, the damage calc won't be perfect either, but you know, we can take a look at it. This is Zio and all of his stats. So his S3... into which is going to do, this isn't even which this defense is, it is 1305, so it's going to do like 9,000 damage. She's 20,000 HP. I was going to drop her below 60%, no problem. And then if, let's say, we're in the route where Zio gets to S1, let's pull up a calculator. So we have 9186 plus 3222 plus 7757 that this says that she survives with 165 HP, or it was like I think it's like 95 HP. I'm not sure whether or not to trust this, just because the damage calc does tend to be like very slightly off sometimes, but it's really, really close in that instance. What about in the instance where Maria goes? So we know that, I'm just gonna leave this here for now. This is 9186 plus. Maria is going to take her turn potentially on some of the routes, and then she has the stats elemental advantage. There's no pen set. This is Witch's defense. There's no sort of damage reduction or anything. The one thing that might change is the number of lingering fragrance stacks. Because I didn't have spear, sometimes Teo didn't cut. I think Teo always cuts. If Teo cuts, that's one extra lingering fragrance stack. But I'm pretty sure she kills even if she only has 3. So the Zeo damage was here, 9186, plus the 3708 plus 2838. That's 21,000. This is with 3 stacks. With 4 stacks, it would be a little bit higher damage. That looks like roughly 400 or so more damage. But she should die if Maria takes her turn. Basically, it's like, it's just RNG who, like, whether or not Witch survives. It's also RNG whether or not it's fast or slow, because sometimes it's fast, sometimes it's slow. And assuming, like, we tried to match the stats as best as we could. I'm just going to say the winning team is blue, and the first point goes to blue. I think the most guaranteed thing that's going to happen here is, of course, the first point going to blue, I think is, like, just guaranteed. If you're, like, super, super worried about red somehow winning, then you could, like, not select this, but I'm doing this. We're skipping perfect, and we're skipping fast or slow, because that's RNG. We're not all ending this anyways, so I think it's fine. Let's take a look at the second one. And I said that I was going to mock everything. We're not mocking this one, because this one is really, really simple. For real this time, it's pretty simple, I think. It's just kind of just comes down to damage calcs. So, Zeo is going to S3, target the highest CR, which is going to be Paladus. Paladus is going to get pushed back. From there, Paladus, again, S2 has CR cut, but let's assume that Zeo pushes back. This is, again, the RNG thing. Surely Spellgate won't just do that where he misses his pushback. This is going to push up Teo. He gets 100% CR push. This is cut in half, so 50. 50 is still going to get him his turn. There's nobody here, like, even close to how far up he'll get pushed by this, because he'll be, like, pretty much at, like, 300 something speed range. And then he's going to use his S3. He has possession, so he's going to get an extra turn. It's also going to extend his buffs by 1 turn, but Paladus is going to proc her S2 off of this. Everybody here is invincible from his S3. I'm not sure whether or not the extension actually kicks in before Paladus S2 reduces it by 1 turn. That doesn't matter anyways, because she has Fairy Tale of a Nightmare, so she's going to strip it. Like 80% chance to strip. We're just going to assume that it gets stripped. Everybody here takes a little bit of chip damage. So he gets stripped by that, and that is relevant because his S1 is going into MLK, Elemental Advantage, right? This is where the damage calc comes in. This is 3879 with 330 crit damage and a maxed Merciless Glutton plus Penset against 1333 MLK, and I completely forgot that he gets Vigor from his S2. Thank you to the people on my Discord for reminding me about that. And we have LQC's damage reduction from her S2, 30%. Let's see. This is the wrong one. Let's see the other one. So, Successor Teo, Merciless Glutton, 3879, 330. Elemental Advantage. He has Attack Buff. He has Penset against an MLK with 1333 defense, 30% damage reduction, plus Vigor Buff. This is 15235. He's 600 HP short. 629 HP short. That is kind of messed up. That's assuming he misses Death Break. This is without Death Break. If he lands Death Break, MLK's dead. If he doesn't, yeah. So this is, again, we're hoping that Spellgate will be nice. And let Teo land his Death Break, or there's just something like, damage calc isn't 100%. Maybe he misses, or maybe it's like, maybe he actually just does kill, even without Death Break. Who knows? One really funny thing is, everybody here is just self-imprinted. MLK has 27 FRES, so with a 0 effectiveness Teo, this is actually not a 15%. There is only a 73% chance that he lands Death Break. Honestly, if he doesn't land Death Break, I'm flaming Smallgate, so we're going to do this. After that, Carlos is going to go. Carlos is going to press S3, and he's going to, AoE everybody. MLK should be dead. And then that is going to activate Cavil, because we had 1 crit here, 1 crit here. Cavil's going to S2. So now the question you're asking is, does LQC die? Because LQC CR pushes when anybody gets attacked. She's gotten a lot of CR at this point. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. She's got 100% CR already. And with Paul Otis's CR cut, Cavil is not going to cut LQC. But we got 2 AoEs here. Will she die? Let's take a look. She's 1375 defense. Paul Otis is exploding. No need to worry about that. 1375 plus her 30% damage reduction. Was it this one? Yeah. So Closer Charles, he's on Wind Rider. He's got this much attack plus this much crit damage. Let's just go ahead and take a look. Wind Rider, make sure the enemy defeated is not checked. He has elemental advantage, no attack buff. This does not proc until after his little thing goes through, but he should have perception from Teo going through, so this increases his crit damage by an additional 15%, which there isn't a toggle for this, so I'm just going to increase his crit damage to 333. Oops, that's way too many threes. And then we're fighting into LQC with 30% damage reduction, no Death Break. This is going to do about 5,000 damage, assuming she doesn't get Death Broken. So 5,000 damage, plus Cavil's S2 is going to do... well, this is his attack and everything, right? 3 max crit damage. He does not have elemental advantage. He has attack buff. He has a torrent set, 1 stack. 4 stacks of Dux Noctis, because Teo is 1 stack. Does this on crit or on attack anymore? It's still on crit. And then Carlos should crit 3 people because MLK is dead. So it's 4 stacks on this Dux Noctis. And then not Death Broken. This is going to do about 13,000 damage. This LQC only had 14,000 HP in the first place. So 13,000 plus the chip damage from here, she's dead. Even without Death Break, because we're assuming the worst case scenario, and Paul Otis is just, she's gone. And then with that, dead, dead, dead. Cavil S3, ba-boom, he's dead too. So yeah, this should end in a win for blue side. It should be perfect, and it should be fast, because assuming you get the RNG checks, Zio lands the pushback. It doesn't matter if he silences or not, he just needs to push her back. And then Teo needs to either land Death Break on MLK, or there's the damage calc is wrong and he just kills him. And then Cavil needs to, and after that, it's the same thing. It's just boom, 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 everybody's dead. I'm gonna go with this. I don't know if I'm gonna lock this in yet. I'm probably gonna, wake up, think about it more. But I'm 99% sure it's like this. And then again, for the top one, we're just doing blue, blue. It's pretty much guaranteed that it's gonna be like this. We're not picking these two because it feels a little bit RNG. For bottom one, I should talk about RNG situations for people who want to prioritize their badge. I'm trying to think about it. So in the situation that he doesn't Death Break MLK, we're flaming Smallgate, but also MLK's going to kill Teo, so this isn't too safe. If that happens, can this thing be countered? This thing can't be countered. So MLK's dead, even if he doesn't, like, get Death Broken. It's just he'll die to Carlos and Cavalis too. Because LQC died, Cavill has elemental advantage on this dude, so he's dead. He's like roughly the same bulk as her. So yeah, he's dead. So it's guaranteed that blue wins, and it's going to be fast. If you're really worried, it's guaranteed to be fast. The questionable part is whether or not it's perfect and who gets first point. It's honestly really, really dumb if... Like, oh my guys. So, we're going to go with this. And... You know what? No, we're locking it in. We're locking it in. There's no way they would do something like that to us. Right?